I was born in Montreal. I was born in Canada. I moved to South Florida with my parents and my sisters when I was very young. I was always entrepreneurial. My parents did not have a lot of money, but my father, to his credit, my dad's an immigrant. He came to Canada from Hungary in the Revolution. My grandparents are Holocaust survivors. I mean, we were poor immigrants. And although my dad never had much money to give me, because I always had these little silly business ideas when I was a kid, what my dad did for me, which was very valuable, was even like when I was like 10 years old, every silly business idea that I had, he would validate it by actually making me these business cards that would say the name of the business and my name on it. And I'm now a dad. I have two daughters, Bailey and Zoe, who are 5 and 7. And now that I think about parenting and stuff, I think a lot more about that story and those stories of my father making those business cards, because at the time it didn't seem that profound. And in hindsight now, as a father myself, I realize these small things that we do for our kids have this massive impact. And so even though these businesses were all very silly, like trading cards and lemonade stands and eventually a DJ business when I was 13 years old, I was always an entrepreneurial kid. And partially it was because I thought entrepreneurship was this fun activity. Like I wasn't really into sports, playing them or watching them. Uh, I wasn't really into video games. I was kind of into like this idea of like, selling something. And that was always fun for me. Moved to South Florida, finished high school there, and moved back to Canada when I was 17 in 2001 to go to McGill University. McGill is in Montreal, where I live now. I went to McGill because it was cheap. My parents didn't have much money. And so because I was born in Canada, I kind of got this like in-state tuition thing. Unfortunately, very quickly, once I moved to Montreal and started McGill, my dad got in some trouble and our family lost everything. And once again, I sort of, pulled out this tool that I'd been tinkering with throughout my life called entrepreneurship, to make some money. I started a t-shirt business when I was at McGill, made t-shirts for a bunch of universities across Canada, like the promotional t-shirts you got the first day of school, frosh or orientation stuff. And I loved it. It was great. I wasn't necessarily passionate about t-shirts, but I love this sort of idea of being able to support myself and help my family. I was really
Can I hit on this real quick? Because I
yeah,
think it'll
please
be
go
really
ahead. Sure.
important for the audience.
Absolutely. Jump in any way you want.
Yeah, the